Alright, I think we should be live by now. So, hello everyone, this is me Vertic, and together with me is Dignity Loss, aka Dignity Shroom, aka Dignity.
Just call me Dignity.
Yes. And today we're gonna play some Super Mario 63. I think there should be enough time to explain everything as we go through the run, so let's not waste any more time and let's start the run. It starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Super Mario 63. As you may be able to guess from the name, yes, this game is heavily inspired by Super Mario 64. You will see that as we move through the run. For now, we're in this little tutorial section, which teaches us a bunch about the basic movement of the game. Like how to jump, how to ground pound, how to spin, how to swim, and so on and so forth. One other thing that we are introduced to is the hover nozzle. Yep, that's right, this game has hover nozzle. So it's also kinda inspired by Super Mario Sunshine. And the hover nozzle is cool because it allows us to do a bunch of skips, like this one right here. And we're done with tutorial 1.
Okay, now we're going to the castle. And in the castle there's this little toad called Eddie. Say hi to him.
Hi Eddie.
So Eddie teaches us how to use the sling star from Sunshine. Yes, there's sling star. And he also teaches us how to spam.
Especially how to spam Z. Okay, now we're getting into Secret of the Mushroom, which is a secret stage, which means that it only has one shine. So we're gonna not spend a lot of time here. And we're gonna be introduced to a new trick, which is called End of Shine. End of Stage, I mean. AKA EOS, for short. And what that does is, after we collect the shine, we just pause and exit level. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
And what that does is, it skips the animation of collecting the shine, so it saves about 10 seconds.
Yes, so now we're going into BOB and we're going into the cannon.
Yes, time to shoot.
Whee! I hope you enjoyed that because that's the last time we're ever going to go into a cannon.
Too bad.
Alright, so Babam Battlefield is a main stage which makes it has 5 shines. So we're only going to be collecting the quickest one, and I'll explain later. But we're collecting the silver shine, and we're going to be introduced to a new trick called the shine cancel, which I won't explain right now because there's a new trick coming up with the wrong word.
Yes, we don't have enough time to explain both. Nice. Okay, and let's get this one. Okay, all good. So that right there was a wrong word. What it is for some transitions in the game, if you pause on the same frame that you... Oops, okay, fell down. Let's try again. For some transitions in the game, if you pause on the same frame that you enter a transition, it will sort of replay the same transition twice and it will take it to a different room than it should. And in this case it saves time because it skips us one room forwards.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so after Vertic finishes this time, he's going to go back into Babam Battlefield and break this bird back.
Yes, one more bird.
That's needed to get the upcoming shine and get a new trick called the Quit Game EOS.
Yes, even better than regular EOS. So why we do it is the reason both shine cancels and the regular EOSs are problematic in the way that they don't update the shine counter, which you can see in the top left in a moment, right now. And we need to update it once in a while to enter various tower doors with various tower requirements. So in this case we're entering Snowman's Land, which needs at least 3 shines to be displayed. And thankfully, quitting game and re-entering the file does update the counter, so it's pretty convenient.
Yes, so now we're in Snowman's Land, which is another main course, and has 5 shines. We're as well in this course we're going to be collecting the fast shines, and now Vertic is doing the woolly shines. And I think it is about time that I explain shine cancelling. Shine cancelling is basically triple jumping shine and then pausing on the exact same frame that triple jumping with, and then cancelling this animation with a dive or a ground pound. This helps because you stay in the stage after collecting a shine, and that's very important in a few parts of the game.
That trick is frame perfect, so I'll probably miss a few shine cancels throughout the run. So whenever that happens, please do not laugh. Smiley face.
Okay, so now Vertic is going to do the ice maze shine
inspired by
Not as
SM64.
complicated as the not as complicated as SM64, but it's still fast.
Yes, and time for another quick game, because now we have 8 shines, which is enough to go to the Bowser 1 fight. We're already going into Bowser 1. You may think that was pretty quick, but that's how the entire run is gonna go, pretty quick. Okay, Bowser 1. So on the first glance it seems kinda similar to Bowser in the Dark World. The background and the song are both the same, but it has some extra spice.
Yep, that's the developer part. The developers left it there because they used it for testing. But well, we abused the hell out of it because we're speedrunners.
Yeah, they forgot to remove the pipe. Okay, and now we're collecting the first key. But plot twist. Watch out, Mario, that key is actually a trap and is gonna send you far away from the castle. Oh no! And Mario tries to dodge it, but he's abducted. And now we're in Tutorial 2. What do we have in Tutorial 2? Well, we're introduced to 2 new floods, Rocket and Turbo Nozzle. So first off, Turbo. As you can see, it makes you go zoom, so that one's quite useful.
Yes. And now Vertic is going into room 2, where he's going to be introduced to the rocket nozzle and a new glitch called the double rocket. Basically, when you rocket, your nozzle energy in the bottom right depletes, and when you land, it refills. So if you rocket and then still be on the ground using pausing or shifting floods or any of these methods, you'll be able to rocket again in the air.
Yes, I know we're throwing a lot of concepts at this point in the run, but don't worry, it's gonna get a bit lighter. We just need to explain it because there's a bunch of major glitches that we use. Right, now we're in Shifting Sandland. This course is a mini course, which means that it only has 3 shines, and main courses have 5. On top of that, it's actually the quickest course in the game. There are a few more mini courses, but this one is just exceptional in how fast it is. Because really all the shines are really compact, close to each other.
Yes, so now Vertic is going to be doing a new glitch called the flood preservation.
Yes.
Basically, flood preservation, when you quit game, the game still thinks that you're in a stage. So
Yes.
you still have floods even outside of the stage.
Yeah, so for example, if you quit game out of SSL and then re-enter file, you'll be in Castle Grounds, but the game still thinks you're in SSL. Go on.
Yes, you can use that to enter secret courses, because secret courses act like a shine and does not act like a stage.
Yes. When you enter secret courses, the game does not update where it thinks you are. So right now, even though we're on a secret course, the game still thinks we're in SSL. And since we have floods unlocked in SSL, we still have the floods here. And that means that we can do all the secret shines with floods. And as you may imagine, that is quite useful.
Yes. So now we're going to enter the green zone where Kamek is just chilling there. And this is an auto-scroller 1 of 2, and it's going to take a very long time.
About 1 minute 30 seconds. This fight is an auto-scroller, and yeah, the way that the fight goes is first you enter garden, Kamek says, "Why are you here? I'm gonna destroy you," then throws a bunch of enemies, then spawns the first pipe here on the right, then spawns the second pipe on the left, and then finally spawns a big Goomba boss fight. Now this fight is kinda RNG, it's uncertain and random how long it will take for the pipes and the final boss to spawn. So everyone who has subbed, can we get some ESA RNG in the chats? By the way, this is a good opportunity to subscribe if you haven't. Right, here's the first pipe, so looking good so far. Actually, it is not completely luck-based. Seems that the quicker you take out the enemies and the less damage you take, the faster the pipes will spawn, but it's not confirmed. It's still kind of random. Okay, and the final boss fight should start anytime now, since we already have both vibes. Come on, start now. Okay, there we go. Kamek tells us that he's had enough of this. He spent enough time there. And spawns a big Goomba, which we then have to defeat. It's not hard. We can we can just chain the ground bounds together.
Literally dies.
Yes, except
this Goomba is the weakest enemy.
There we go. Goomba is dead, and we get our well-deserved green shine. Okay.
Alright.
There's one more secret course that we will flood preserve. That is Twomp's Castle. Can make our right here. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, Vertic is going to enter yet another. Vertic is going to enter yet another mini course.
Yes.
Which is called the
Wedge-Wide
World.
Yes.
Like in SM64. We only collect 2 shines in this one because like the third shine takes a long time.
It's probably about time to explain why we're skipping some of the shines.
So we're skipping some of these shines because this is an only skip category for 3 collected shines. So we need to collect 32. There are 64 shines more.
Yes.
That's why we skip most of them.
32 out of 64, so we can skip half of them and only pick the half quickest ones. Also, fun fact.
Now Vertic's doing it. Yes.
Yes. Fun fact: in Wedge-Wide World, we do not collect rocket nozzle because it's really far off and really not worth it.
Yeah, Vertic just did the silver sign, and now he's going to go to another main course called Hazy Maze Cave.
Yes. The first thing we do entering Hazy Maze Cave is go into a wall. That's because there isn't actually any wall there, it is fake. Okay.
Now Vertic going to do another wrong warp followed by a shine.
Yes. Good to get both wrong warps first try. These are, by the way, the only 2 wrong warps we'll do in the run.
Yes, so after the shine cancel, we're going to like go and ground pound down that hole.
Yes. And we just broke that box. Fun fact, we were not supposed to break that box. You're only supposed to break boxes underwater as Metal Mario. And the reason we were able to do it is because there's a slightly slanted surface next to that box. And if we partially stand on it while still partially standing on the box, our hitbox kinda tilts and ends up slightly in the box, and then when we spin, we break the box. Very convenient.
Yes, that saves apparently like I think 7 to 5 seconds over the intended route.
Yeah, approximately.
That's very.
Okay. Time for another flood preservation. Right now we have 20 shines, which is enough to enter Bowser 2. If we can go through this door. Okay.
Unlike Bowser 1, Bowser 2 does not have a developer fight, so we need to go through the entire thing. But luckily for us, we have flood.
And we're not supposed to have floods. Yes. So we can just skip the entirety of the second half of Room 2 and the entirety of Room 3.
Very useful.
Yes. Oh, here's Bowser 2, and there's a fun thing that we will do in Bowser 3. After throwing him into the bomb the 3rd time, and which is the final time, we will dive off the platform and kill ourselves. So, why do we do that? Basically, typically after you finish Bowser 2, there's a very long cutscene which involves a lot of dialogue magic, which would take probably like a minute. We haven't timed it. And thankfully, if you die at the same time that you throw him for the last time, then the game will respawn you back at the fight, but since you already defeated him, you will already have obtained the key.
Yep, and now we're going into Lisa Lava, which is the longest. It's another main course, and it's the longest main course we're going to do in this run.
It's main course.
We're going to collect 4 shines out of 5.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, main course in this run. We're going to collect 4 out of 5. The last one is Volcano, and it's pretty long. We don't do it. It's one of the longest.
4 out of 5 shines is the most that we collect out of every course. So you could say LLL is pretty fast. Except the last shine makes it really slow. Okay, I'm kinda monka-essing a little bit. Okay, very good.
Fun fact, in this stage we do not collect power because there is a glitch that Vertic is going to do. And that glitch, well, it saves a lot of time.
Yes.
Basically, it lets him have the rocket nozzle inside the secret. And why does that happen? He asked. Well, I'm going to explain it right now. It happens because when you enter the secret stage, you're not supposed to have any flood. But if you hold shift while entering, you're going to have at least 1 flood in it. And it's going to be the first flood that you have, which right here is rocket.
Yes, but if we had collected hover, we would have hover instead. And hover does not save nearly as much time as rocket does in this secret. Look at how we skip everything. These bullet bills don't even stand a chance. Okay. One more shine we're gonna get.
Now, the red coin shine, sorry. It's pretty fast, and it's one of the 3 red coin shines that we collect in the entire game.
Because all the red coins are packed together in one room, so that makes it fast.
Exactly. Alright, now we're going to do a new glitch. Well, not really new, it's another glitch called blood reserving inside of a state. Into a state. Well, basically, if you enter a state and then quit game, and then
at this point the game still thinks we're in Untitled Mountain. Don't forget.
Yes. So because of that, we can collect flood in castle grounds or any secret state, and it would save inside the state. So if we exit level and re-enter it, we would still have flood. Isn't that useful?
Of course it is. That is why we're doing it. Okay, and since we collected the floods, we just made a little detour to get a quick shine from a secret course. Because who doesn't love quick shines?
Yeah, this secret post is supposed to take like over 1 minute and a half to do casually. As long as we have our quick and flood, well, we can do it very, very.
Okay, now since we have floods, we can get some quick shines in Untitled Mountain. Only gonna get 2 because...
Untitled Mountain is the shortest main course that we do in this run.
Because we only collect 2 shines out of 5.
Yeah. Now Vertic is going to go into red.
Yes.
It is by far the longest shine in the entire game.
This is red shine. This is the second auto scroller. In case you're wondering, we cannot skip those auto scrollers because they are storyline shines and they are mandatory. So yeah, exactly. This is about
so here Kamek is chilling with Koopa, out talking about stuff, how Bowser is going to leave him to die after all he did for him, and then Mario comes in and Magic Koopa does not want him here, so he's going to throw enemies at him and stuff. If you guys have any donations, now would be the time to read them out.
We have about 2 minutes.
At all. So I just want to give a shout out to Catalyst's Raid. Thanks very much for bringing 108 people. So welcome. You may have gathered by now that you are watching Mario 63 in the first of our Mario fan games block. Well, not even just Mario fan games, but fan games. The first 3 games of those are Mario games. Mario 63, Super Hawk Brothers, and Mini Kaiser Brothers 3. But then following on from that, I Want to Be the Boss Sheep will finish off our fan game. TikTok. Also, Sean of the Live, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Yeah, this is ESA Together. We're happy to raise money to support ESA. We've obviously been hit pretty hard by the COVID-19. You may have noticed it's affected quite a lot of our lives very recently. But yeah, between direct donations to the channel and also subs, we hope to help to be able to put on future events, whether online or live ones in future once the lockdowns have been lifted. Our sponsor HyperX has very generously donated an extra $2.50 for every single sub that we brought in, up to 800. That goal has been met, but they've also donated some various prizes which you can get in for if you donate $25 over the course of the marathon. So there'll be a link in the chat for that. Yeah, back to you guys.
Thank you. So now here's this bully.
Yes.
We kill him.
And
Basically,
we get the red shine.
Magic Koopa spent enough time here, so he spawns this bully and says that he needs to leave. So we kill the bully and get the shine and leave.
Yes, now we're going into TikTok lock, and once again we're gonna flat buzzer into a stage. In this case, it saves a lot of time because TikTok lock is actually a very high stage, it's very vertical, and so having rocket early on is really helpful.
Yes. So we're going to take a small detour to do a little mini level that usually takes 2 minutes casually, but because we enter with floods, as we explained before, we can do it in under 20 seconds. I think it is pretty fast.
What is up with us and doing all the secret courses much faster than they're intended?
Isn't speedrunning doing a game much faster than it's intended?
Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is TikTok lock. Kinda difficult. Now, fun fact about, we're gonna collect the red shine, red coins, and fun fact, if you collect this specific red coin that we collected, then leave the area and re-enter, for some reason the red coin shine will have spawned, even though we have only collected 1 red coin. Well, 2, but you don't need the second one.
Yes. So now Vertic03 cancelled this and he's going to go up high to get the upmost shine in this stage, and then he's going to do our last squid game and he's going to go into the last bout.
Yes, so we have 32 shines, which if you remember is what we need to go into Bowser free. It's about time. So, but before we go there, let's make a little detour and grab the floods. They're gonna be useful.
This detour loses like 3 seconds but saves multiple minutes in the course of the entirety of Bowser.
Yes, because once again you're not supposed to have floods in Bowser free, so you can skip stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, since we're in Bowser free, I think it's about time to touch on something that we still haven't touched on, which is the story of this game.
Yep. Okay then. Well, the story of this game is actually quite simple yet quite complicated. But Peach invites Mario into her castle for a cake, but Bowser comes and he's all like, give me the princess. Then he breaks the grand science prize or whatever it's called, and on top of that he has new also power that helps him conquer everything. But Mario needs to collect first time and go to Bowser. But Bowser had a nuclear plan to launch on the Mushroom Kingdom and destroy them all if they do not join his forces. So Mario goes and he needs to stop that from happening. That's what Mario does.
That's what all the Mario games do. Okay, and here's the door to the Bowser fight. Get ready.
There he is, Bowser in his clown car.
Yes, like a clown. But it's not making me funny. Alright, we can manipulate this fight a little bit by just standing under him, because when we stand under him, he does these ground pounds instead of spitting fireballs, and that is quicker. And also much easier to deal with, because the fireballs fly in random directions and they can interfere with you. So, you know, good that we can kind of manipulate the RNG at the end of the run. Really helpful.
I mean, there's not that much RNG when you do it.
Okay, we're coming to the last hit. You get hit him by hitting him while he breathes in fire. And that's it. Bowser is dead. Except he isn't. Because that wasn't actually Bowser. That was a robot version of Bowser. He tricked us. So now it's time to go to the real Bowser fight. Okay, this is good. We're almost at the top at this point. And we're out of space.
Yes, and we're going to go meet Bowser one last time and defeat him.
Yes, this is the actual Bowser. No screwing around this time. This should take about 15 seconds. So shorter than you may expect, but pretty epic nonetheless. And that's it. Bowser is defeated. Peace is restored. Orb of Power comes back to control. Here is Princess Peach. She's rescued from her cage, and we're all happy. Except I'm kidding. We're not. Because the meteor, which the Orb of Power created, is still set to explode upon the Mushroom Kingdom. Kamek shows up and says that he can redirect the meteor to blow up at the Bowser's castle, where the energy field surrounding the castle will prevent the explosion from expanding further. The problem is, we are still in the castle, so it's time to escape before the explosion obliterates everything.
Yes, and here comes the fastest and like almost the most optimized part of the game.
Yes, escape. This is the last room, so time is coming up short. And time. Right. The meteor explodes. The castle is obliterated. We escape. And thanks to the energy field surrounding the castle, the explosion does not spread into Mushroom Kingdom. And thus, Mushroom Kingdom is saved once again.
Yes.
Alright. My timer says that the run was at 26:59, which is very, very good. So since we finished underestimate, a lot underestimate, there's a little...
So we have...
Yeah.
Yes, a little glitch that we can do. I mean, it's not useful in a run at all.
Yes.
But it's like...
We'll just do it for fun, because we have time. So, you know...
Yeah, go for it. We're always open to fun glitches here.
Sure. That's what we are all about. So, let's say you're doing a casual playthrough of the game. You know, you powered up the game, you went into room 2 and you suddenly realized, ooh, I forgot how to read signs. Now, you suddenly remember that at the beginning of room 1, there was a sign which told you how to read signs. So you go back to read that sign to figure out how to read signs. We go back, here's the first sign, and we get teleported under the ground. Yes, and we soft lock the game.
Yes, fun fact, this is the only place where you're actually stuck and you can't move. The only way to escape is to either quit game or close the game.
Yes. So, and I think that's a pretty fitting way to end off the run. So, this is it. It has been me, Vertic, and Dignity as a co-commentator. We might want to give a few quick shoutouts. So first off to the Super Mario 63 speedrunning community for being amazing and for staying for so long.
Yeah, go join the Discord, or I mean, go join the Discord. Yeah, it's very fun. We have parties.
Yes. Yeah, if you want to. And also a shout out to all of you watching. Thanks for watching ESA Marathon. And bringing attention to a wonderful cause. And we're gonna sign out.
Yeah, thank you very much for that guys. Great run, great commentary. No, I've not played this one. I've seen a few kind of Mario ROM hacks, fan games, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, looks very, very smooth and a lot of fun as a run. So yeah, cheers for that. Great. So coming up next, we have Super Huck Brothers, which is another Mario fan game based off of Super Mario World, I believe, and then Mini Kaiser Brothers 3 from the NES, and then we'll kick it, finishing off fan platformer block. Fan platformer. That's what we're calling this, fanformer block. With I Wanna Be the Boshi by BBF. So we will see you guys very shortly after intermission.